talk a little bit about meals, and it's a little bit different for full-timers versus someone that may be watching that's a weekender or 2 or 3 weeks at a time or whatever. But
I like real plates. I like real silverware. Like, I'm not camping.
Right. So that just goes back to, if you have a plate, you just had some lasagna or whatever, you're going to wipe that plate down before you...
You're going to lick it.
That's right. You're going to lick it before you
rinse it,
wash it. Yeah.
Honestly, we don't do a whole lot different. When I go, we have to think about the size of things that we buy. Like, I used to buy a gallon of milk. That's not going to fit in our refrigerator.
Right.
We're not going to drink it. It's not, we don't drink that much.
Right.
Size is a factor.
Buy smaller.
Size does matter.
Absolutely.
When you're talking buying lots of food.
But honestly, I mean, I can't buy in bulk as much.
Right.
But really, we don't.
We buy coffee in bulk.
No, we still plan our meals just like we did in Sticks and Bricks, but from
similar.
a boondocking versus being hooked up, I don't think we've really changed the way we've been cooking out here. Maybe we grill a little bit more.
I cook outside a lot.
Because it's warm here during the day, and so cooking inside it gets a little warmed up. So
I've always loved cooking outside anyhow. So even in the summertime when we had our Sticks and Bricks house, I'd always be on the grill. But when it's cold and like yucky out, like I don't want to go outside. I'm cooking inside.
Because you even make breakfast outside. You'll make your eggs and everything outside.
Like
on
being
your grill.
outside.
Yeah.
Right.
That's just me though.
We'll do more things like if you're having toast or a bagel or something, we'll make it in a pan or something like that.
Because we don't have a toaster.
Don't want to bring another. We don't want another device to bring with us, which would be the toaster, because it works just the same. You have a good pan. You know how to make it. It's not hard to make toast on a pan.
Right.
So.
Right.
Actually, let me tell you, reheating pizza very slowly on a pan over like a cook stove or something like that tastes so much better than sticking it in the microwave.
Yeah. Well,
and we do have a microwave.
We just don't
the
really
crust.
use it. Yes.
And there's Jiffy Pop.
Goodness.
Kenny is a big Jiffy Pop fan.
I am a Jiffy Pop fanatic.
Tomorrow I'm going to have to go to the store and get some Jiffy Pop.
We might have to. We're all out now because she won't let me bulk up on Jiffy Pop.
You don't have room.
But Jiffy Pop you can make on your stove in the RV when it's raining outside.
Or on a
you can make it on the campfire outside, on the camp stove outside. It's phenomenal. You could turn on your engine on your rig, lift the hood up, get the engine hot enough, and you could probably make your Jiffy Pop.
How has Jiffy Pop not paid you to be a sponsor?
I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah, what's up, Jiffy Pop?
Yeah, Jiffy Pop. Come find Ken. Exactly.
Well, that's awesome. All right, that's all I had on my list.
So the only other thing I would say, other big tips, is just, and I think we mentioned this, just take it out, leave it the way you found it or better.
Yeah.
Well, we are running out of solar, so we can't last too much longer.
No.
But we just ask campers to help all the rest of the campers get to Boondock later after you, and just make sure you clean up after yourself.
I think I think you guys maybe will be witness to this too. Is like, if you're nervous about boondocking, find a friend who's done it before and just go with them, and you'll realize that you didn't even really need to ask any questions.
Right. Well, that's been our experience. It really has been so. It's I don't know. It's just so comforting knowing that there's someone here that's done it before.
Yeah.
Now it helps that you all have been here before. You've scouted this out. You knew our rig could get there.
And you knew the internet was good.
Yeah. When we're doing this on our own, we're going to have to be more thoughtful about. Okay, I see a place here on the map that in theory looks good. The reviews look good, but did the road wash out? 2 weeks ago or whatever. Well, so we're going to have to go scout it out a little bit.
And again, that's like you've said many times, was know your rig.
Yeah.
Because you got to know what kind of clearance you have, how much it dips down, like in the back or front when you're going over little bumps. Because when you're out in these places, like where we are here, a lot of these dirt roads have little kind of gullies to the side, or kind of a drainage.
Water. Yeah.
So you need to be, even that little tiny dip that in your car or your Jeep or whatever, you wouldn't give it a second thought.
Yeah.
I mean,
totally different.
You might have to come in at the right angle and be very slow and very intentional about how you're driving your rig in. But those things, can be managed.
Yeah.
Just know
here and there they stop you. Here and there,
it does.
It's just a no-go.
But that's the thing is, like, okay, we're running out of light. But like, we say a lot about knowing your rig. I think that even more importantly is to know yourself.
Yeah.
And to know, like, how are you feeling today? Are you feeling adventurous? Because if you go up this road and it didn't work out, are you willing to go find Walmart? Because that's the closest place.
Right.
And the trip didn't work out the way you thought it would be tonight.
Yeah.
And you'll
But
be
because you
flexible.
are living in your RV,
Yeah.
you have the rest of the time.
Right.
And one of the biggest things that helped me was when we were in Montana. It's gorgeous. There's so many spots to boondock. There's so many spots that don't have cell service. But we wouldn't have been there in the first place if we weren't doing this.
Right.
So it was okay if one spot didn't work out because we're going to find the next one.
Right.
And as we're running out of light, I would say try, especially places you don't know very well, try to get there earlier in the day when you have light left.
Yeah, don't do what we've done.
We've come in at night several times in places that we've had to drive out, and then we have to drive another hour or two up the road.
And we're tired.
So that we
Yeah.
have somewhere
Then you
to
get
stay,
cranky,
and
and
that's
that's never good.
That's not a good way to do
Yeah.
things. So the best thing is to try and be in an unknown area where you can see things and you know what the obstacles are that you have to face, and keep your solar out during the day so that you don't run out of light like this.
That's right.
Well, you can't do anything about running out of light. It's called nighttime.
That's called night.
Solar,
the
baby.
Sun, the solar has gone down.
On
Our
that note,
solar setting.
on that note, if you can still see us,
Bye. Thanks.
Ken and April with livingastouttlife.com. Thank you so much for popping on and helping us with some boondocking tips.
And bring beer
And
when you
Barry
boondock.
and Deb with the virtual campground.
That's
doc.
right.
That's right.
That's right. Thank you.
Thanks for
Thanks.
joining us.
Y'all have a
Cheers.
great night.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, you cheers with an empty glass. You're out.
Did. Oh my.